Hello and welcome. You're watching Business Today Television. I'm Sakshi Batra, and this is your favorite show, Daily Calls, a show that addresses all your stock related queries. Now, in case you've been wondering in this volatile market, what is it that you should be doing with the stocks in your portfolio? Should you be adding any more? Should you be exiting some? What exactly is the market expert's view? Well, all your questions can be answered on this show. The WhatsApp number is flashing on your screen. Start sending them on. Don't forget to mention your name, your location, and your contact details so that we can also give you an opportunity to speak live to our top market experts to get a custom made advice on this show as well. Alternatively, you can also use the YouTube platform where you're watching our show live on. Send in your questions there along with all your details, and we will be happy to pick up some of your questions to address it with our top guests as well. Let's now welcome our guest on the show. We have with us Mr. Prashant Tapse. He's the research analyst at Meta Equities. Warm welcome to you, Prashant, and thank you so much for taking the time out. Well, I first want to understand from you what is your own take of the kind of extreme volatility that we are seeing in the markets right now. It's actually making decision making so difficult for investors, especially when it comes to traders. It's an absolute market which is unpredictable to say the least. How are you looking at the current setup?
I am turning slightly positive now because all the big noises with the Trump tariff, I think it is getting discounted in the market. I don't expect any big announcement going forward because obviously he has done all the 25% hike, tariff for all the sectors as well as countries. So I think bigger negativity is getting discounted in the markets, and we are trying to hunt for a bottom out in terms of levels. There may be some kind of sharp, comeback in the stocks like mid cap and small cap, but I think this is the time one should start having a stock picking strategy where you can find a lot of stocks which are down by 40-50%. And as well, there are a lot of good, strong fundamental story behind those earnings also. So I think I am turning very positive now. There should be a stock picking strategy. One should apply right now. I think in 1 or 2 months, I think this will be fully settled. The war is almost gone out of these geopolitical tensions. I think the fear of Trump tariff is almost known to everyone now. So only two things: one, which is a negative factor for Indian market, should be the FIS still being negative, selling pressure. Again, some kind of earning pressure is still there in the Indian markets. Rest everything is positive.
Okay, fair point. Well, we already have a lot of questions coming in, especially our YouTube members are actually joining in and sending in all the questions. So let's welcome our viewers. Roshan Pradhan, we have Mohit Yadav, Avnish Thakur, Avnish Chaudhary, we have Kamlesh Narkhere, all of them. Welcome to all of you, and starting to send the questions right away at the start of the show. Welcome to everybody. We will be taking up all your questions, so hang on and stay tuned to listen into your question right there. Let's take the first one. This is from Roshan Pradhan. He says, I want to know about two stocks. One is BEL, Bharat Electronics from the defense space, and the other one is a recently listed stocks that is IGI, the gemological institution stock that had got recently listed. Now he wants to know a long-term view and a fresh entry level for both these. Prashant, between these two, they're completely different sectors that he's looking at. One is a newbie, a recently listed stock, and the other one is a marquee player in the defense space. But of course, this space has been in trouble. The stock prices have just not been moving. Your suggestion today, of course, there's a day when the defense stocks are coming back and bouncing back strongly. Do you think this bounce will sustain for BEL?
I think yes, defense and railways, these two sectors are now bouncing back today. In BEL, I think fundamentally again very strong company. I think the long-term story is still intact. The way Indian requirement for defense equipments, which has been manufactured by BEL, is up to the mark, and I think there's a lot of government support as well as some kind of export opportunities also. Considering the correction from 300 to almost 250 levels, I think it's a good correction, healthy correction in terms of valuation. And I think now the order book is giving some kind of good visibility for 1 or 2 years. So I think if you would like to add now, I think today the stock is almost up by 3%. I think good level, 250, 240 would be a good range to start accumulating as a long-term story again. And fundamentally, the band is really good. I think it can be the best-in-class defense stock in any portfolios. Second, again, the stock was?
IGI. So this is the recently listed stock. It is into lab-grown diamonds, Gemological Institute of India. How would you look at it?
I think it's a one and only stock in the global. I think there are only two stocks which are outside India, and in India, it's only one stock which is listed. So I think again a long-term story. Again, the way how the lab-grown diamonds are getting so famous and a lot of sales have been happening versus the traditional diamonds. I think it has a good a place to grow faster in terms of getting all the certifications and all. So the demand is high. Valuation again post listing, there is a good correction that it can be called as healthy again. So I think for a shorter period of time, I think the stock can give a target of 550 levels as a target.
Okay, I hope this has answered both your questions, Roshan Pradhan. Do mention on the comments if you like the advice that has been shared by Prashad, if this has clarified all the doubts that you have. Let's look at the next question. This is from our WhatsApp that we are getting. Chandra Singh from New Delhi. He writes in and says, "Hi sir, good afternoon. I want to know from you on KFin Tech. I have already 10 shares of KFin Tech in my portfolio. 905 was my purchase level. Now I want to buy 10 more stocks today itself. Could you please share a short-term as well as a long-term target on this?"
I think you can go and buy today. The stock is up by 5%. It is giving some kind of strength today, and the story is still intact with respect to all the capital market players. And K
Yes.
Fintech is a strong player in this segment. I think one should go and add more at these levels. At least your cost of buying will come down. And my overall target would be anywhere between 1,000 on a short-term basis, as well as on the long term, it would be around 1,200 rupees for next 12 months.
Okay, got that. Let's take the next one then. This question is coming in from another of our viewers. This is again from WhatsApp. This is Munirajulu Tirupati, and who says, "Good morning. I want to know on KRN Heat Exchanger and Anantraj. These two stocks, are these good to add a fresh in the current levels?" So Anantraj, real estate player, KRN Heat Exchanger, again a recently listed stock. How would you look at either
So
of
I would
these?
like to go with Anantraj again. I think it's a great
Okay.
here as well as the data center investment company. So they are investing a lot of things on the data center again. I think recently from last 1 month it has a good correction post Trump 2.0 comments on the data points. So I think I am very much comfortable to accumulate this stock at this point of time. Again, with a long-term view, I think this stock can deliver at least 30 to 40% return in next 1 year. So KRN, I don't follow on fundamentals, I think, so I will avoid the stock.
Okay, let's take the next one. This is from Mohit from Ludhiana. He says, "I've got 300 shares of Campus Activewear at 284 levels. My time horizon is 2 years. Would you please guide me on how to move forward on this stock? Campus Activewear, bought at 284. How would you see this one, Prashant?"
I think a good consumption story again post the budget. I think next 1 year, I think there will be good volume growth being expected in this company. Recently, last 2 quarters were not so good for the company in terms of their EBITDA margins as well as in the volume growth. So I think downside is very limited. Again, with a stop loss of 250 on a very base case scenario, I think he can hold it for at least 1 or 2 years. There can be a good story. At least 330, 350 can be a target for him for next 12 months.
Okay, next we have a question coming in from one of our other viewers. This is okay, Avdish Thakur. He says, "I want to know on IRFC from the railway space for next 1 year. Is it good to take a fresh entry on this one? Railway stock battered black and blue. Your suggestion, Prashant, on IRFC today? There is a 5% uptick on the stock at 125.
I think yes, one should start accumulating this stock as well as RVNL. These are the two proxy companies for railway infrastructure growth in India. I think whatever it is spent in India with respect to infrastructure in the railway, IRFC would be the NBFC which is going to fund those projects as well as infrastructure contract may go to RVNL. So these two stocks should be part of your portfolio at least for 12 months to 18 months.
ओके एक और सवाल हमारे पास आया है। सवाल के लिए इन्होंने अपना नाम तो नहीं लिखा है। दरख्वास्त करेंगे सभी लोग अपना नाम जरूर लिखें यूट्यूब पर जब भी आप अपना मैसेज भेज रहे हैं, क्योंकि आपका चैनल नेम कुछ भी हो सकता है। आप अपना नाम जरूर मेंशन किया करें। जो सवाल आया है एनटीपीसी ग्रीन के ऊपर है कि फ्रेश एंट्री वुड बी गुड और नॉट एट द करंट लेवल्स ऑन एनटीपीसी ग्रीन फ्रॉम द सोलर स्पेस। द क्वेश्चन इज कमिंग इन।
I think yes, but one should have a view of at least 3 to 5 years. Immediately, there may not be some kind of good upside in the stock. There may be a 10-15% rupee upside from the current levels, but it is not enough for us. But I think as an investor, as a portfolio stock, one should try to accumulate this stock at 100 rupees again with a target of at least 140, 150 for a 2 year period of time.
ओके नेक्स्ट लेते हैं। हमारे पास जो सवाल आ रहा है और ये है मोहित यादव का सवाल, और ये पूछना चाहते हैं, इज इट द राइट टाइम टू इन्वेस्ट लमसम मनी इन अ म्यूचुअल फंड? प्रशांत, सिंस यू आल्सो ट्रैक अ लॉट ऑफ इन्वेस्टमेंट्स व्हिच आर पैसिव एज वेल, Are you advising clients to invest in a fresh lump sum money at the current levels to take the benefit of lower prices in the markets?
Obviously, yes, it's an opportunity for conservative investors who don't want to take a direct risk in the market. So mutual fund would be the best way to go in and grab this opportunity. There are a lot of the way how stocks are down by 30-40%, even the NAVs are down by 15-20%. So that is the immediate return what he can expect for next 12 months to 18 months. So it's a great opportunity. Yeah, one should go with flexi cap funds, I think, where the fund manager will have that flexibility to convert large cap, mid cap, and small cap. So I think flexi cap funds should be the best funds at this point of time.
Okay, fair point. Let's take the next one. This is from WhatsApp. Mohan from Bengaluru writes in, "Hi guys, thanks a lot for doing all the great work that you're doing." Thank you so much, Mohan, for writing in. I hope this show is really helping you out. Pick the right stocks for your portfolio. So his question is it a good time to take a fresh entry in Bharti Airtel and in Tejas Networks? And I want a view on the overall telecom sector. How is it doing? Good question, Mohan. Now, when we see today, of course, there's a block deal that has taken place. Bharti Airtel has come back into focus as well. Brokerage houses have also come out with their reports on this one. Let's ask Prashant, how is he reading into the current developments, into the telecom story, and how does he look at Bharti Airtel and Tejas Networks?
Telecom industry, I think it's a great industry to be in, and I think only one stock which is stable and very strong would be Bharti Airtel, because the largest player is Jio, which is part of Reliance. We cannot have a direct stake in the Jio telecom stock. And the third would be Idea. Again, it is still in very deep trouble. It needs a lot of time to cover up. So Bharti Airtel, I'm very much bullish in terms of fundamental as well as the long-term story. For me, I think I'm tracking it from last many years, from 900 to 1200, and now almost like 600 plus. So I think overall my target would be for a medium term would be around 2000, and overall for next 3 to 5 years the target can be anywhere between 3000. So overall every dip should be bought in Bharti Airtel.
Okay, got that. Every dip should be bought into Bharti Airtel. For those who are looking at it, you could actually look at staggered fashion, and every dip that you see could be an added advantage and an opportunity for you in the long term. Let's take the next one. This is from Avnish Chaudhary. He's written in on our YouTube and he says, "Hi Sakshi, good afternoon." Very good afternoon to you, Avnish. How are you? So his question is on IRIDA, again from the renewable energy space. He says, आज IRIDA में almost 5% तक की रिकवरी आई है और 158 के लो से रिकवर हुआ है और गुड न्यूज सब्सिडरी के हिसाब से देखने को मिली है, उसके बाद ये मूवमेंट है, लेकिन मेरा जो खरीदारी का प्राइस है वो 218 है, तो अब मुझे क्या करना चाहिए इस स्टॉक में? Definitely this stock has had a really troublesome period over the last few months, or it's only tested lower lows, but yes, 5.5% higher on the back of the news that you're suggesting. But for those who have the stock at higher levels, is it a time to average out at all, Prashant?
I think yes, IRDA should be a stock which is considered to be a portfolio stock, not a trading stock. So for a portfolio, a good fundamental stock should be averaged out at least at this point of time again. For me, again, a target would be anywhere between 220, 240 on a one year plus investment horizon. But for him, I think I will advise him to go on average right now. Make sure your cost comes down and get that advantage of really a good rally for next 6 months to 12 months. Overall, I am very much positive on this stock.
Overall, you're very much positive on the stock. Okay, let's look at the next one then. Right, so we have this question coming in from Kamlesh Narkere, and he wants to know on two stocks, Cummins India and Thermax. कहते हैं लॉन्ग टर्म के लिए बाय करना है, कुछ बाइंग के लिए लेवल्स अगर आप सजेस्ट कर दें तो जरूर। कमलेश जी, प्रशांत जी हमारे साथ हैं, दोनों ही स्टॉक्स को एक बार नजर डाल लेते हैं। कमिंस इंडिया पहले देखते हैं कि कमिंस इंडिया में आपको किस तरीके का मूवमेंट देखने को मिला है, और उसके बाद आपको खरीदारी के लिए लेवल भी बताएंगे। कमिंस इंडिया आज थोड़ा सॉफ्ट है, ऑलमोस्ट 2709 के लेवल्स पर। अगर हम देखें पिछले एक महीने में 7-8% तक की गिरावट देखने को मिली है, 6 महीने में 27-28% तक की, और ये वीकनेस के तौर पर ही देखने को मिल रहा है स्टॉक। और जो दूसरा इनका स्टॉक है थर्मैक्स है, वो भी देख लेते हैं इस समय। थर्मैक्स में आज 5% तक के आसपास का एक मूव देखने को मिला है, और हालांकि पिछले एक महीने में 16% गिरा है, 6 महीने में 22%। तो देखते हैं दोनों में कुछ रिकवरी के आसार नजर आ रहे हैं या नहीं। प्रशांत जी,
I think both stock in terms of valuation थोड़े अभी भी expensive हैं. Thermax is almost trading at 60p at current point of time. and Cummins is trading at almost 35-40 P at current point of time. So in terms of valuations, I'm not still not comfortable to give a buy recommendation. But obviously, yes, in terms of return ratios, again, both are doing really great. With respect to the Indian capex for like last 6 months, there has been very low capex by the government. So I think that was the one reason why
Correct.
these bigger stocks like Cummins and Thermax are not doing good. I think next again 1 year, if you have a good time to hold on for a stock again, the stock can go to its all-time high again, which is around 4,100, which is Cummins. And again, Thermax can also reach to the level of 5,800 in next 12 months. I think downside should be protected, limited downside at current point of time. But on the valuation, I'm still not comfortable.
Valuation, you're still not comfortable. Let's take the next question then. And this one we will take from our WhatsApp viewers list. This is Somalia Biswas from Kolkata. He's in fact asked you a question on the options as well. I don't know if it will be comfortable for you to answer. So he wants to know on Nifty 22,600 put option he's bought of 20th February. He wants to know a stop loss and target. He has 10 lots of this option. And he bought this at 9 o'clock in the morning, 9:11. So he wants to know what exactly should he be doing. Will it be possible for you to address this one at all, Prashant?
I don't comment on FNO on the strategies, but I will give you a view on the Nifty. Again, I'm very much positive. I think Nifty is headed towards 23,350 levels. So if this is the view, I think there will be some kind of losses for his strategy at this point of time. But buy sell, I may not recommend him at this point of time.
Okay, we'll try and address this with a technical expert as well for you. But for now, our guest is positive on the Nifty going forward from here. All right, let's take the next one. This is from Vino Varghese. He's from Kochi. The question is on Kalyan Jewelers. Now, the question is that I've already made profits on the earlier spike in Kalyan Jewelers. And he's still holding 300 shares at the rate of 503. And he got in for the short-term gains only. Now he wants to know if you could suggest a short-term target and will it reach around 570 before March 10th? If you could please advise. So he's in Kalyan Jewelers for an absolute short term and he's looking for short-term gains right here. Do you think that will be possible?
I think yes, but a strict stop loss of almost 447. That should be the highly maintained if you want to make a short-term profits. Yes, the trend is positive. The target can be anywhere between 525 on a technical basis. But I think yes, it will be very volatile considering the gold price as well as the earnings and as well as the issues which are in and around Kalyan Jewelers in the recent past. So I think with a strict stop loss of 447, she can hold the stock and with a target of 525.
Fair point. Let's look at the next one then. We have this question coming in from Peter Raj. Okay, Peter Raj wants to know on electro steel casting and he wants to know whether this stock is good for a fresh entry for the long term. Electro steel casting, what would you say, Prashant?
I think yes, with respect to price correction, it's the right time to start accumulating this stock. But again, valuation also very comfortable at this point of time. Returns are also very good. I think with respect to ROC and ROE, they're almost 15% plus. So I'm very much comfortable to start buying, start accumulating this stock with a long-term view, with a target of at least 125 to 130 with a 12 months horizon. So overall, buy more on these levels.
Fair point. Let's take the next one. This is again on from one of our viewers. Neha Jain says, hi Sakshi. Hi Neha, how are you? Neha says, summers are about to start. So I want to know if any good stocks for the coming season could be looked at. Okay, one wants to play the summer related stocks. Prashant, do you think it's a good time to get started on maybe cola companies, ice cream makers, AC makers? Do you think any of those themes should be important to look at from a short-term view?
I think yes. I think Delhi already the heat wave has started increasing by 2 to 3% last week. So I think that will be the trend going forward with the summer. Two strategies one should go with that. Again, one should be power stocks. I think NTPC, Tata Power or Adani Power should be one stock. Would be with the high demand, we are always short of power. So these companies will make good money out of that. Again, with respect to AC, again I think the EPAC would be one stock which I would like to recommend them because it is almost every brand is outsourcing the ACs from EPAC manufacturing sources. So I think EPAC should be one stock one should focus again, but you should at least hold it for at least Q1 earnings. So you will get lot of benefit out of that. So I think EPAC can be a story for at least 420, 440 as a target for next 3 to 6 months. Again, Tata Power, Adani Power, and the other NTPC. So I think these stocks also can do good better for next 6 months. So those two strategies for this summer.
Okay, fair point. I hope, Neha, this has answered your question. So one can actually look at the summer theme and look at some interesting stocks from there. Okay, next is Mubarak Hussain. He says, I have bought 10,000 shares of Canara Bank and I wanted to buy it only for pure dividend purpose. And I'm approaching my retirement, and therefore I want to invest in dividend related stocks. What would your opinion be? The other one I have bought is NMDC, 25,000 shares, again for the same purpose for dividend. Any of these stocks that you would continue to believe positively on for retirement purpose, do you think these are good stocks to hold for Mubarak Hussain? What would you say, Prashant?
I think yes, as on date with the current price, both are giving you at least 4 to 5% of dividend yield, which is really fair enough in these kind of markets. But again, I would like to know better if the cost of buying of your stock, if the cost of buying is around 85 and 65 in the both the stocks, I think the yield is really good. You can hold it for at least many years, as many as you want to enjoy the retirement life. So, but 4 to 5% would be the maximum best case scenario. And every dip, I request him to at least add more because the yield will go up when the cost comes down. So that is the only strategy he can use it.
Okay, I hope Mr. Mubarak Hussain, you got the strategy that has been advised to you by Prashant. Let's take the next one. This is from our WhatsApp number. We're getting some questions there too. Sakir Khan from Ghaziabad writes in, I have invested in high-tech pipes. My buying price was 145 for 1 year. So I want to know what level can I average it. Currently, it's at 105. So it's come off his own purchase level. The stock in the last 1 year odd levels has actually seen a 37% dip. The stock went up to 200 odd levels, and that was in the October of 2024. After that, the market started to consolidate, and the stock has also fallen right after that. So from all the way up to 200 odd levels, it has corrected to now almost 100 odd levels, 100, 105 right now, currently for this one. Prashant, anything that you'd like to suggest here?
I think on the price action, the way the stock has corrected, yes, at 100, it looks good for any long-term investors to add more on the lower risk cost of buying. But again, on the valuation side, it's trading at around 40 times P, which is not still not comfortable for me to say yes and go long at this point of time. So if the stock comes down to 90 again, I will be more comfortable to say at least say buy with a limited downside risk. So I think start accumulating at 100, if the stock comes down to 90, add more so that your cost of buying gets lesser as well as the downside risk gets protected.
Okay, got that. Let's take the next question then. There are some questions that are coming in on our YouTube again. So we'll take some questions. Okay, so the question from Satya comes in. He says, should I book loss of around 5% that I have in office space solutions? Although I can hold for the next 9 to 12 months, what would your suggestion be? So, okay, Satya is sitting on a 5% loss on his portfolio as far as office space solutions is concerned. Would you advise waiting for the next 9 to 12 odd months, maybe to have his price again? He has that kind of a horizon, or should he book loss?
See, the way he's saying 5% loss is very minimum in this market. I think many people are doing 20-30% losses in the current market. So I think I will advise him to hold this stock. I think there's a good story behind the long term the demand in the space. I think there are a lot of other companies are getting into this space again. I think WeWork is also coming out with an IPO. So I think when that comes into IPO, this company will get some kind of re-rating, positivity in terms of upside. So you can cover up your losses at that point of time. But I think hold it for next 1 year, 12 months plus. You will get at least 700, 725 as a base target. And if the IPO comes from the WeWork, I think that will be a good trigger for the stock to give you more return than my targets.
Okay, let's take the next one. This is from Satyan. He's writing in on our WhatsApp and he wants to know on some of the fertilizer related stocks, agri related stocks, Kaveri seeds and Chambal fertilizers. He says that he's sitting on 10% odd profit on both of these stocks. Now, what his question is that At what price should I book my profits on both these stocks? Chambal Fertilizers and Kaveri Seeds. A 10% profit is coming in. Do you think he can wait for some more profits to come in?
So it depends on him. Him again, if he's a long-term investor, he has to wait for more time for good profit. At least 20,
Yeah.
25% should be a profit. One should look as a long-term investor. And if he's a trader, I think there should be a level of almost 560, 575 for Chambal. That can be a level for him as a trader to book profits. For other stock, again, which was the other stock? Kaveri.
So, Kaveri Seeds.
I think Kaveri again, same again, if he's an investor, he has to hold it for at least 700 and 1120 as a target. But as a trader, again, 1050 can be a trading target for him from the in the current volatile market. So depends on him what he has to do.
Fair point. Let's take the next question. This one is from Sindhu Ramdas. Sindhu says, which is the best stock in real estate space right now to invest at the current levels, and how is Sobha developers? So probably Sindhu is studying about Sobha. She wants to know if she can actually go ahead and look at Sobha from the real estate space, or do you have a better pick to suggest to her?
I think Godrej Property would be one of the best in class fundamental strong story. Even the stock is down by almost 40% from the top. So with respect to the governance as well as quality and the brand, I think I will prefer Godrej ahead of Shobha. Shobha is again a South Indian based developer. I think there's a lot of opportunity in the South Indian expansion. So I think with respect to higher returns, I think Shobha can deliver that better. For a conservative long-term investment, I think Godrej can be a better pick.
Okay, got that. Let's take the next one then. We have this question coming in from our WhatsApp number again. We have Prasad from Bangalore writing in. Okay, so the stock is again IRFC. He has 277 shares at 153. Should I hold or short sell? I need a next 1 month target. So absolute short term he is looking at right now, Prashant. 1 month for IRFC.
I think for 1 month again you can have a target of 138 to 140 can be very comfortable if there is no distraction again in terms of the railway story as well as markets going badly from current levels. So 135 to 140 can be a range target for you. Whenever it comes, you have to book profits.
Okay, got that. Next, we have a question from, okay, one of your favorite viewers, Prashant. This is Ankur Modi. He says, hello, Prashant, sir. Is there any news in Imagica World about their Indore park? So, what should I be doing? Does it mean any positive for the stock?
I think yes, a lot of positive in this talk. Recently, even a brother of Rakesh Damani has also acquired some shares, almost 17 lakh shares through the preferential issues. So a lot of action is going to happen. I think if you have seen last 6 months, the stock is anywhere between 65 and 70 only, when other mid caps, small caps are down by 40, 50%. So that gives the lot of strength in the company. The story is really intact. They are coming up with a lot of new products, new ventures, which can help the investors to gain a long-term story. So I think I will be advising him to hold, buy more if by any reason the stock comes down to 60, so that he can enjoy the rally going forward.
Fair point. Next, we have a question from Karthik S. He's also from Bangalore. A lot of people from Bangalore joining in. Hi, Bangalore. So good to know from your city. A lot of people are watching our show. Karthik from
I
Bangalore
think they
says,
are tracking me because I am also from Bangalore by birth.
yes, absolutely. So I think they're following you. So thanks to you, Prashant, for getting all our viewers from Bangalore glued on to daily calls. And viewers, you can also write in if you want to see more of Prashant in a week. We will request him to give more dates to us so that all the Bangaloreans can get a chance to speak to him and get their questions answered. Let's take Karthik's question. He wants to know, can I take a fresh entry in Nippon India Hang Seng ETF? Now that's an ETF that he wants to invest in, Prashant. Do you think you'll be able to advise on this one?
I don't track this as a advisory services, but again, the ETF would be best in class for a conservative trader to buy these kind of products as a long-term investment only. Because I think with the current volatility, ETF can deliver at least a decent return in this volatile market. So with respect to Hang Seng, again, I think obviously yes, the way it has rallied from last 2 years. So I think that rally will continue as a long-term investment only. But in detail, I don't track this stock to advise him better.
Okay, fair point. Let's take the next one. This question is from Prasad. He says, should I hold or sell Bank of Baroda? Prasad, we would have really wanted you to send in some more details. We don't know how much quantity or how much, at what price do you have Bank of Baroda? What is the time horizon that you have? I'll take a generic overview on Bank of Baroda from Prashant on this front then. Prashant, your suggestion on this PSU bank?
I think yes, in terms of PSU, I think two stocks which I'm liking a lot in this correction. PSU, one is Bank of Baroda and second is SBI Bank. SBI is available at 1.5 times the price to book value. I think it's a great time to one should start accumulating SBI. And with respect to Bank of Baroda, it is trading below one price to book value. So I think it's a great opportunity for anybody who would like to have a very conservative approach on the downside. Again, a good upside going forward 1 year. I think you can at least gain 20-25% in next 1 year. So I think these two stocks should be a part of your portfolio and very bullish on Bank of Baroda.
Okay, fair point. Let's take the next one then. We have this question coming in from, Arun Kumar Gupta. He says, good afternoon. I bought CAMS shares, 130 shares at 4,530. What would you say?
I think yes, start adding more. I think that is a good level right now in terms of valuation. Also very much comfortable. The stock is down from 5,300 to almost the 3,400. So it's a good correction. I think the business is very strong. The earnings also were very much stable. So I think fundamentally I'm very much bullish to hold this stock as a portfolio stock for long term. So you can have a new fresh high in next 12 months in this stock.
Wow, a new fresh high could come in on the next month as far as CAMS is concerned. So keep an eye out on this one too. Let's look at Namita Arora's question. Says, hi Sakshi, how are you doing? Yes, hi Namita, I'm doing very well. How are you? She says, I have 100 shares of Just Dial at the average price of 1110. So what would you suggest? As far as Just Dial is concerned, is it a fundamentally strong stock? Should she remain invested in? Those are the questions that she wants you to answer, Prashant, for her.
I think very much negative in terms of fundamental. I think the ratios and the earnings are very much lower, less than 5% of ROC and less than 2% of ROE and other things. I'm not so comfortable. I think price to book value also is very expensive. In terms of P ratio, again, it is at the higher levels at this point of time. The business model is very tough at this point of time because considering the Google and other services which are helping the customers a lot, I'm still not aware that last when I have used Just Dial for my help needs. But I think fundamentally very weak at this point of time. There can be a dead cat bounce towards 900 and 900 or 1000 on the best case scenario. So if your cost is around this, to try to exit at that point of time.
Fair point. Well, Prashant, we will thank you then on that note for being with us on this special edition to answer all the questions of our viewers. Always good to have you with us on daily calls to get you in touch with all your followers and viewers too. Let's look at now welcoming another guest. We have Raghavendra Singh joining in on the show. Hi, Raghavendra. Warm welcome. He's a market expert and another favorite on as far as daily calls is concerned. Raghavendra, first up on the markets, do you think a large part of the rally is done and dusted?
Sakshi, very good afternoon. Sakshi, I don't think that major part has been corrected. I think Nifty has taken a very strong support at 22,800, and Nifty is hovering in this range from past 3 days, from 22,800 to 2300. So I'm expecting ये जो 22,800 का level है ये अभी इतनी जल्दी break नहीं होगा. But again, 22,800 is a very strong base right now, and upper side there is a strong resistance at 23,200. So again, Nifty will take direction in that way.
Okay. Well, Raghavendra, we have a lot of queries then, in this volatile market. So we'll ask you to help a lot of our viewers now with their queries that are coming in. So we'll start off by taking some questions on our YouTube itself. Vinod Kulkarni wants to know on CDSL, can the stock further come down from the current levels as well? What is your own outlook? This has been an outperformer of the past, but has been coming under a lot of pressure in the markets. So do you think further it can slide from the current levels as well is the question?
Sakshi, the stock has already corrected almost 50% from the higher level of 2000 and 2200. Again, stock has taken a strong base around 1200. I think this is the level from where we can definitely add it. We can keep on a stop loss of 1100 and hold this stock. Again, I'm expecting 1500, 1600 level on the chart because there is a strong bounce back on the chart. The strong buy signal on the lower side. So again, I'm expecting a good upside from this level.
Okay, got that. So there is this other question that's coming in from Bhushan Arekar, and this question is on Motilal Oswal. He has 50 shares at 900 rupees. Again, one of the outperformers and wealth creators in the capital market story. How would you look at this one?
Motilal Oswal is taking a very strong base around 600 level. The volume is good. I think the stock has potential to touch 700. So again, he can definitely buy and hold it with the stop loss of 550 for the target of 700.
Okay, fair point. Let's look at some other questions that are coming in. Okay, Rishikesh says, "Hi, ma'am. I hold Adani Enterprises at 3100. Should I average or sell off?"
Adani Enterprises, most of the people are stuck at the higher level at
Yes.
20, 31, 3000 level. Again, the stock is hovering around 2200 from past 2 weeks. So again, there's a strong base up around 2100 and 2170, which I think can take a strong base, and the stock has potential to touch 2300, 2400 on the card. But I'm not expecting any decent rally in the recent term. So again, 2000 level can easily breach. एक बार वो लेवल ब्रेक करेगा फिर वहां से बाय करते हैं.
Okay, got that. Let's take the next one. This one is from, again, one of our viewers, Sudeepta Ghosh. Hi, Sakshi. Could you please get me any views on Ambuja Cement? For sure, Sudeepta, we'll get you the view. Cement story again has been topsy-turvy. Your suggestion, Raghavendra ji, Ambuja Cements पर क्या करें अभी?
देखिए मैम, अंबुजा सीमेंट ऑलरेडी जो 500 का लेवल वो ब्रेक कर चुका है. बहुत स्ट्रॉन्ग बेस था. ये जो है ट्रिपल बॉटम था, ये टूट चुका है. तो मुझे लगता है कि 450 400 का लेवल आ सकता है अंबुजा सीमेंट में. एनी अपसाइड जो आएगी रैली उसमें एग्जिट करने की कोशिश करें, या निचले स्तरों पे आप 470 460 का स्टॉप लॉस लगा दें.
Okay, I hope this has answered your question. Let's take the next one. This one is from Vinod Chaudhary. He says, "Good morning to all of you. Good afternoon to you also, Vinod Chaudhary." He says, "Thank you for doing this show for retail investors like me." Thanks a lot again. Then, Vinod, I'm glad that this show is helping you out. Now, he wants to know some multiple entry levels on two stocks. One is EMS Limited, and the other one is Ganesha Ecosphere. He says that I have a 3 to 5 year horizon and I hold these stocks already in my portfolio. EMS at 660, Ganesha Ecosphere at 1600. Where can he continue to average and build his positions, Raghavendra ji?
Sakshi, Ganesha ecosystem is trading around 1400 level. The stock has corrected from 2400, so almost 40% का correction हो चुका है. Again, the stock have potential to touch around 1600, then again it can reverse from that level. तो मुझे लगता है 1600 जाके एक बार प्रॉफिट बुक करें. निचले स्तरों पे आ रहा है 1300 1350, वहां ऐड कर सकते हैं. सिमिलरली अगर मैं ईएमएस की बात करूं तो ईएमएस जो है ऑलरेडी ये स्टॉक भी जो काफी नीचे आ चुका है. ईएमएस जो है मुझे लगता है कि यहाँ से एक बार और 600 का बेस बना रहा है. वो एक बार 600 का लेवल टूटेगा तो 600 के लेवल के बाद 450 एंड 520 525 ये जा सकता है. बट बहुत दोनों स्टॉक बहुत स्ट्रॉन्ग बेस पे हैं, तो बाई कर सकते हैं और होल्ड कर सकते हैं.
Okay, next let's take another question, and this one is again from one of the viewers, Rishikesh. He says that I'm holding defense and railway shares in my portfolio and I'm nearly at 35% losses. Should I average? Should I wait to add? What should my strategy be? A lot of our viewers, in fact, Raghavendra, are stuck in high levels as far as railways and defense stocks are concerned. Today, there's a smart bounce in the entire defense pack. I mean, the index itself was up 4.5%. Your suggestion, is it the right time to average out some of the stocks?
नहीं साक्षी, मुझे नहीं लगता अभी एवरेज करना चाहिए, बिकॉज ये डेड कैट बाउंस बैक है, बेटर है अवॉइड करें, एवरेज मत करें, बिकॉज दे हैव ऑलरेडी स्टक एट द हायर लेवल अगेन। एडिंग द सेम स्टॉक इज वेरी डिफिकल्ट। आई डोंट थिंक ये करना चाहिए, बेटर है वेट एंड वॉच। डोंट एग्जिट राइट नाउ, बिकॉज मुझे लगता है और नीचे जाएगा, बट एग्जिट करके आप यहाँ पे लॉस ही करोगे, तो बेटर है ऑलरेडी आप जो 30% 40% लॉस में हो, बेटर वेट एंड वॉच एट लोअर लेवल। अभी मुझे लगता है कि निफ्टी का लेवल देख लें, 22,500 22,300 आता है, वहां पे ऐड करें, बट मुझे नहीं लगता कि अभी यहाँ पे इनको ऐड करना चाहिए, बेटर अवॉइड इट।
नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन लेते हैं, हमारे पास मारुति कटकम का सवाल आया है। गुड आफ्टरनून सर, आई एम मारुति फ्रॉम मुंबई। I have purchased Raymond at the rate of 2024 per share, and I bought it in September of 2024. Now I want to take an exit, although I can hold for 6 months. What is the level that I should look at exiting this stock, Raymond Limited?
देखिए, अगर 1300 का लेवल ब्रेक कर देता है तो आप वहां निकल जाइएगा। 1311 का लो था जो इसका कैंडल बना था जून में, मेरे ख्याल जून में नहीं, ये अक्टूबर में या नवंबर बना था 1300 के आसपास, तो वो एक डिफेंड करने के लिए लेवल है। तो 1300 1320 स्टॉप लॉस लगाइए एंड देन होल्ड इट, बिकॉज आपका स्टॉक ऑलरेडी 50% नीचे आ चुका है, तो 50% लॉस के बाद अगर इसको ऊपर जाना है तो 100% की यहाँ पे लगानी पड़ेगी दौड़, तब तो जाके होगा। 1300 से 2400 मतलब डबल करना पड़ेगा, देन आपका आएगा प्रॉफिट। तो बेटर है वेट करिए, लेकिन स्टॉप लॉस लगा दीजिए।
ठीक है, बहुत सारे सवाल हमारे पास आ रहे हैं व्हाट्सएप के जरिए भी, तो एक एक करके वो सवाल भी ले लेते हैं। सबसे पहले गुल हियर, माय क्वेरी इज टू राघवेंद्र सर। ओके गुल, वी आर टेकिंग इट विद राघवेंद्र जी ओनली। शी सेज आई वांट टू नो इफ दिस इज द राइट टाइम टू ऐड stocks like Hero Motocorp and M&M from the auto space. Hero Moto I have at the rate of 4,448 and M&M purchased at 2896. So can I add more at these levels? Auto space के दो stocks है, Hero Moto और M&M.
देखिए साक्षी, अभी एमएनएम 2700 के आसपास है और हीरो मोटो 3800 के आसपास। ऑलरेडी स्टॉक आधे हो चुके हैं ऊपर से। एमएनएम तो थोड़ा अभी इसने थोड़ी सी इज्जत बचा के रखी हुई है, बहुत ज्यादा नीचे नहीं आया है, 10% नीचे आया है अभी, बट हीरो मोटो तो ऑलरेडी आधा हो चुका है। सो आई थिंक अब यहाँ पे ऐड करने जैसा है, मुझे लगता है कर सकते हैं। एमएनएम थोड़ा अभी अवॉइड कीजिए, क्योंकि 2700 का लेवल ब्रेक करेगा तो फिर ये 2400 की तरफ जाएगा। तो हाँ, हीरो मोटो आप ऐड कर सकती हैं, हीरो मोटो ऐड कर लीजिए, अवॉइड एमएनएम राइट नाउ।
एमएनएम को अवॉइड करिए, हीरो मोटो को आप ऐड कर सकती हैं इस लेवल पर भी। नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन है विनोद कुमार फ्रॉम हैदराबाद। कैन आई बाय एंटनी वेस्ट एंड सुप्रिया लाइफ साइंसेज अर्लियर recommended by Raghavendra ji right now? Please ask sir if I can still buy these two stocks, and thank you so much for the advice. Well Vinod ji, will definitely get you your advice. These two stocks were recommended at much earlier levels by Raghavendra ji on the show. Many viewers got an early entry and definitely made profits as well. After the recent consolidation, Raghavendra ji, Antony Waste and Supriya Life, what's your fresh view?
Sakshi, Supriya Life Science we recommended at 390 level. AWHCL we recommended at 500 and I think 460 450 लेवल। इतना बाजार करेक्ट होने के बाद 50% मिड कैप स्मॉल कैप टूटने के बाद अभी भी जहां से हमने बाय किया वो लेवल टूटा नहीं है, तो आप समझ सकती है कि स्टॉक में स्ट्रेंथ कितनी है। अगर ये निफ्टी यहां से रिवर्स ले लिया तो अगेन यही स्टॉक आपको डबल होते दिखाई देंगे, तो डेफिनेटली बाय कीजिए। डंकी की चोट पे कहता हूं, ये दोनों स्टॉक मिस नहीं करना है, ये अपॉर्चुनिटी दे रहा है, ऐड कीजिए और होल्ड कीजिए।
Okay, Antony Waste and Supriya Life Sciences, an opportunity that you should definitely look at. Raghavendra ji's full conviction on both these stocks. In the long term, you could actually see stock giving you great returns as well. Vinod, I hope this has answered your question. Okay, Kalpesh Patel ji Mumbai से लिखते हैं, I have a short of February futures on Reliance Industries at 1240. My target is 1140. Can it come? कल्पेश जी, आप जानते हैं राघवेंद्र जी एक रेगुलर व्यूअर है हमारे, शॉर्ट सेल करके पैसा कमाते हैं बाजार में, और रिलायंस पर भी शॉर्ट कर दिया इन्होंने 1240 के लेवल पर। अब जानना चाहते हैं 1140 का आ पाएगा क्या नहीं लेवल?
देखिए 1140 तो कहना बहुत मुश्किल है, 1200 का लेवल है, 1200 का एक बार लेवल टूटेगा, क्लोज होगा, देन उसके नीचे जा सकता है, बिकॉज 1200 का बहुत स्ट्रॉन्ग बेस है कल्पेश जी। और रिलायंस को शॉर्ट करना मतलब भगवान को शॉर्ट करने के बराबर हो गया अभी तो बाजार में, तो मेरे हिसाब से रिलायंस को तो शॉर्ट मत ही कीजिए, आप कुछ और स्टॉक ले लीजिए तो बेटर है, क्योंकि रिलायंस शॉर्ट में रिलायंस हो गया, एक्सिस बैंक हो गया, ये सब शॉर्ट में कभी पैसा देते नहीं है। तो ठीक है, आपने अच्छे लेवल पे शॉर्ट किया, पैसा मिल रहा है, बुक कर लीजिए। मेरे हिसाब से किसी और स्टॉक में देखिए शॉर्ट करने की अपॉर्चुनिटी।
चलिए अगला सवाल लेते हैं। ये कल्याण है बेंगलोर से और ये पूछते हैं, कैन आई बाय जुपिटर वैगन्स एट द करंट प्राइस फॉर नेक्स्ट 6 मंथ्स। देखिए रेलवेज और डिफेंस स्पेस में अभी भी लोग चाहते हैं कि कुछ इस तरीके का मौका मिले जिससे कि पहले जो रैली दिखी थी वैसे एक बार फिर से मौका मिले। तो क्या जुपिटर वैगन्स में 6 महीने के हिसाब से देखना चाहिए या फिर 6 साल के हिसाब से, माफ कीजिएगा, इनका 6 साल का होराइजन है Jupiter wagons पर, not 6 months but 6 years. So long term horizon, Jupiter wagons has definitely made money in the recent past when the rally started. Today also the stock is up by 7.5%. Do you think it is still offering you a good opportunity, sir?
Absolutely, because the stock has corrected from 700 level, now hovering around 320. This is absolutely a good time because the stock has already corrected 50%. If you are buying at this level, you are already buying at 50% lower price, which is good investment. Buy and hold it. In next 5 years, the stock will trade above 1,000. So definitely don't listen to anyone, just buy and hold it.
Buy and hold. The stock can climb up to 1,000 levels in the years to follow. So look at the stock and the long-term perception. And as far as Raghavendra ji is concerned, he has full conviction on this stock as well. So you can go and buy this one at the current levels as well. Let's take another one. This is again from the options query that we have. सौरभ मिश्रा लखनऊ से लिखते हैं, एक्सिस बैंक की इनकी फरवरी की 1020 का कॉल ऑप्शन इन्होंने लिया हुआ है 8.5 के स्ट्राइक प्राइस पर। कितना होल्ड करें ये जानना चाहते हैं। खरीदा हुआ है एक्सिस बैंक का फ्यूचर। यहाँ पर कुछ सजेशन।
देखिए इन्होंने फ्यूचर लिया है तो इसको हेज करने के लिए ये स्टॉक को बाई कर सकते हैं पुट। मेरे हिसाब से अभी एक्सिस बैंक का रिवर्स थोड़ा मुश्किल है ऊपरी स्तरों पे, तो अगर शॉर्ट कवरिंग मिलती है तो एक दिन मिल जाएगा। बट अगर इनको हेज करने के लिए मैं राय दूंगा तो ये जस्ट जो स्ट्राइक पे बाई किया उसी स्ट्राइक का पुट बाई कर लें या 10-20 रुपए नीचे का बाई कर लें तो थोड़े सेफ रहे।
चलिए उम्मीद करते हैं ये सवाल भी आपको पूरी तरीके से संतुष्टि के साथ यहाँ एड्रेस कर दिया गया है। नेक्स्ट हम लेते हैं सवाल। कुछ क्वेश्चंस हमारे पास यूट्यूब पर भी आ रहे हैं। संजीत खुराना पूछते हैं कि हाय, कैन आई नो व्हाट विल बी अ गुड लेवल टू बाय एनसीसी। हाय संजीत खुराना, विल गेट यू योर व्यू फ्रॉम राघवेंद्र जी। एनसीसी को अभी आप कैसे देखते हैं? 1 साल का अगर नजरिया हो राघवेंद्र जी, डू यू थिंक इट्स अ गुड स्टॉक?
Definitely, the company, the stock is very good as we know, and we have already recommended so many times earlier. But the stock has corrected from the high level. Now it is trading around 190, 195. Definitely one can add at this level. 50% down है यार, अब यहाँ नहीं ऐड करोगे तो कहाँ ऐड करोगे? कंपनी अच्छी है, बहुत अच्छी बैकिंग है, तो अब डेफिनेटली ऐड कीजिए। 150, 170 आए तो और ऐड कीजिए, छोड़ना नहीं है।
ओके एक आखिरी सवाल लेंगे हम ऊपर, और ये भी हमारे पास सवाल आया है हमारे यूट्यूब के व्यूअर का। पीटर राज लिखते हैं, आई एम फ्रॉम त्रिची, कैन आई एंटर ऑन शिवियट कंपनी लिमिटेड एट द करंट लेवल्स? माय horizon is 3 years. Shiviot Company Limited is listed currently trading at 1075, today up 3.5%. Raghavendra ji, do you track this stock?
No, I don't track this stock.
Okay.
Extremely sorry, sir.
Unfortunately, we won't be able to advise you on this one. Our guest does not track this stock, but you could come back with the question in tomorrow's trading session as well. So what we'll do, viewers, is we'll wrap it up at that. Thank you so much, Raghavendra ji, for addressing all the queries of our viewers today and helping them out with the right strategy, a clear view on what should their strategy be on their stocks. Always appreciate your presence with us on daily calls. Viewers, in case there are still some questions that we could not take up, we've taken more than 100 stocks today. So we will be continuing to take up all these questions in daily calls. You can continue to send in your questions. Our effort every day is to take maximum queries that we can so that your query does not go unanswered. Also, you get expert advice as to what should you be doing rather than you looking at any social media tips or tricks at this point in time to be looking at some stocks, but you get research based advice that our guests give you on the show. So stay tuned with us on Business Today Television and keep sending in your queries on daily calls. Thank you so much.
India's got latent controversy has opened a Pandora's